Peace and love, my friends, family. Dr. Prince L coming to you live. You know, do me a favor, hit the like button. You know, if you've been enjoying some of my medical content, you know, please feel free to share this with some of your friends and family. Yes, this is gonna go on for my IGTV later. Quick question that I have for those that are you watching right now. And do this for the few and for the many. Would you rather wear a mask or be forced to wear a vaccine? This is now becoming a question that many of us have to really consider over the course of the next 100 days, right? Or really the course of the next 98 days of the United States president, right? 150 million vaccine sites going into the works to provide people all across America with vaccines. People who are all being led, guided, and influenced by their fear, right? Who are also saying, now becoming potential prospective customers for the vaccine treatments. All right, you have to understand that, like, in a world gilded and guided by fear becomes the creator. It replaces the divine. All right, and so this is something I really wanted to just like make sure that I hit on. All right, do you want the vaccine, or are you willing to just wear the mask? And I think that it's more important that you wear the mask instead of being guided by fear to get a vaccine. Okay, now here's my reason for the lesser of the two, between the two evils, right? The mask, yeah, it's not necessarily effective scientifically. A virus, bacteria, any microorganism is small enough to move through the cotton or the double knitted medical grade material, right? So that's one thing. Yes, I understand that, right? So the risk factors are still there. Yes, mask may reduce the risk of cough droplets in the atmosphere, being in social environments. And also another reason why, yeah, you should wear a mask in public, because other people in public social situations are not hygienic. All right, not everybody is as clean as the people who watch my content, I would say. All right, and for the people who are going to be watching my content, people aren't going to be as clean as you're going to be or you're going to become, because we're always in a state of transition from the area of not knowing to the area of knowing better, right? They say when you know better, you do better. So this is my effort to help more people do better by knowing better. Okay, so now going back to the mask again, yes, it's not 100%. Now when you look at the vaccine, right, a couple of things. The vaccine is synthetic. I'm not going to go into what the ingredients are made of. I don't really care. All right. However, in a medical situation, if me being a doctor, because I want you guys to stop using that excuse also. Oh, doctors don't know shit. All these doctors are telling us stuff. No, let me be a holistic physician that explains it to you like this. As a holistic physician, if you get to me early enough, I can prevent the risk of a disease from ever happening. However, if you're not living the healthy lifestyle that keeps you further away from getting sick, then you're part of the problem. All right, your lifestyle is part of the problem. Overconsumption of certain foods, being around certain people, the way that we think about certain things, those things are not making you better. They're making you worse. They're contributing to what we would call psychosomatic illnesses, all right, where something that starts in the brain begins to manifest in the body, all right? And that of course, is a form of stress. And of course, the brain doesn't know the difference between physical or emotional or spiritual stress. So it responds physically the same way. Psychosomatic, all right? Brain referred into the body. All right, so Now, still with the vaccine, if you showed up to me with the worst possible scenarios and symptoms, I'd be telling you, you know what? You got to go get that vaccine. Oh, but Dr. Prince. No, Dr. Prince, nothing. You got here late. This isn't my fault. Oh, but Dr. Prince, the stuff that's in it. Yeah, the stuff that's in it may not be what you agree with, but if it reduces your likelihood of dying, I'm going to tell you to take that. Let me share with you a story about the man known as Gandhi, all right? Many people don't know this about Gandhi. Gandhi, number one, lived before he was the spiritual leader, right? He resided in South Africa during apartheid, all right? So, for those of you who know, anyone with dark skin in South Africa was considered to be black, right? And so they were considered to be the lower community, all right, in the lowest possible system of the caste system, all right? And so Mahatma Gandhi, who was also a legal student at the time, or he was studying law, right, at the time, he did not want to be misidentified as being black. He wanted to retain his identity as being Indian. So what did he do? He moved back to India, and then he began to champion for the civil rights and liberties of Indians. All right. Now, a couple years later, Mahatma Gandhi, who's married to a very young woman at the time, in fact, some people would say she's not even a woman at the age, right? She gets sick. They go to the hospital. They ask Gandhi, what are we going to do? Gandhi says, God's going to fix this. We're going to put it in God's hands. A couple months later, his wife dies. A couple months later, Gandhi gets the same illness that his wife contracted. What does he do? Oh, God's not got this, but I am going to go take the medicine, all right? Because, hey, that's what I'm going to do. So, for those who don't know that about Gandhi, in that historical contradiction, right, it becomes extremely important to recognize that exactly what it is that I'm saying. In an emergency situation, if I have all the symptoms, I don't care. I'm going to take the vaccine. I'm just letting you know if I get to the worst position. However, I am reducing my risk of getting to the worst possible condition and situation by making sure that I maintain a healthy lifestyle. Get plenty of exercise, get plenty of air when I'm not wearing a mask, right? Other reasons why you shouldn't care about wearing a mask is because when you're not being social, when you're not surrounded by hundreds and thousands of people who you don't know how often they clean their hands, how often they, decontaminate their energetic and environmental fields, you need some type of social condom. It's better to have a mask on and not need it than need a mask and not have it, right? Like, whoa, yeah, and moringa. It's better to get your moringa in and not need the vaccines because you're getting your vitamin C, you're getting your vitamin D, you're getting your vitamin A, D, and K, right? But the mask is not a problem because everything that's going on in here is taken care of. And that's the most important part, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on here is going to influence what's going on here, all right? And of course, what goes on both here and here, as an organism traversing through this plane of existence, who is seeking to positively contaminate other individuals, because a cure can be contagious, just like smiles. Right? Smiles are contagious. So I want to spread this joy. I want to spread this knowledge. I want to empower more people. And you, my friend, who are watching this video right now, you can help me doing that by, after I finish with this video, making sure you hit the like button and please share this into your stories, because we need more people who are aware of the lesser of two evils. Is it easier to wear a mask, or is it easier to be led by fear and get a vaccine that you don't know what's inside of it? Hey, I'm even going to say this part going on my out note. I don't know what's in that vaccine. I don't know all the ingredients of what's in that vaccine. I've looked at some of the ingredients myself, right? From a physician's perspective, I've looked at some of the ingredients to the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine. It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, scientifically speaking, it looks very cool. It's messenger RNA, right? That's just hanging out, like not doing anything, just with, like, you know, with a letter, acting as a messenger, saying like, hey, when I see, you know, the person I'm looking for, I'm gonna serve them the papers. So it's like, you know, this particular vaccine is like a court paper servicer. You know what I'm saying? It's a court servicer, a court courier. You know, interestingly, you know, and so that's the reason why I think that the vaccine, from a science perspective, is cool. Do I want the vaccine? Hell effing no. I don't want no freaking vaccine in my system, man. Why? Because I'm doing everything that I can to keep it healthy, and so should you. So make sure you hit the like button, because that's a way that you start empowering and putting that healthy vaccine into your system. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but just one to grow on. Wear the mask and not have to worry about the negative side effects of a vaccine, or bitch, gripe, and complain about a mask, which makes it easier for a government agency to enforce and impose the mandates of mandatory vaccinations in your personal as well as work professional spaces. Yeah, that's right. Don't get it twisted. Don't let me give you my 1984's perspective of what potentially can happen for all you people having parties without your mask on. Don't be surprised if the COVID police start showing up, breaking in your doors, tying you down with zip ties, and then force injecting you with a vaccine. Let's not let that kind of a future ever come to pass. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not one of them theorists that look at it, you know, from a negative way. I'm just saying, if this was my version of 1984, all you people having parties without your mask on, or at least the appearance of wearing a mask, yo, your parties are gonna get raided. The police are gonna start showing up with plastic zip ties and syringes to start injecting people. Let's not let that be a possibility. Wear the mask. It's better for you to just at least give the impression and the appearance of conforming to the social norms and mores, versus being a social deviant, standing out, right? Which makes you more obvious and more of a target. Don't make yourself a soft target. All right? Solution to the problem, not the problem to the solution. Thank you. Thank you, my energy. Thank you, Mergy Experience. I love that woman. I'm gonna get your name right. I gotta hear you tell that to me a couple more times, just so I can make sure I'm not, you know, vaccinating it improperly. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your time. You hear me? I'm out here. It's some sun. You know, I got on some thin pants. They're not showing the goods, but they let the light in. You know what I'm saying? Got my vitamin D going. I got my moringa. Got my beet, my celery, my colloidal silver with elderberry spray. I got my 3 fungis. Yo, there's no way in the world. Yo, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got the greatest of the greatest inside me. Hey, what are we talking about here? Spirituality and medicine, it matters. It matters. It's a part of the mindset. I'm too excited. I hope to see you soon, tomorrow, if not any day after that. Peace and love to everybody. I appreciate you again. Share it if you like what you heard. Peace. Dr. Princell, acupuncturist and oriental medicine. Alternative, holistic, complementary, traditional. What we doing? We trying to save more lives for the kingdom. All right? Peace.